run just a little bit so that when I edit the video, I know where it goes. Does it work? Showtime. All right. So, all right. So today, folks, we're going to be continuing on with our build. However, the first thing I would like to discuss with you guys, and I will copy and paste, of course, the URL link into the Twitch chat so that you have it. Let's see here. Come on. Hey, don't call me the spastic simmer for nothing. Okay, so there's the link if you guys want to bookmark that. We're going to be streaming live today along with the Sims Twitch. We're going to be doing a watch party. And right here, I've got that monitor shared. Right here, we're talking about the official live stream inside Maxis, announced 27th of April 2021. The Sims team will be hosting a new Inside Maxis live stream today at 11 a.m. Pacific time, which is 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, or at least according to Google it is. We can double check that while you guys are watching if you like. All I gotta do is highlight that and right click, yes. So today in Central Texas, or anybody that's in the Central Time Zone, at 1 p.m. we'll be firing off a live stream to kind of discuss some of the updates that are coming out, right? I mean, that's going to be kind of cool. So let's get our Sims up here. Head on into performance mode. That. All right. I know that Sarah had to work today. Cindy, are you still with us?
Yep, I'm still here.
All right. Yeah, Sarah had to work today, so looks like it's just me and you in Discord. So anybody that comes in, I mean, you guys need to click on that Discord and come on over there and get in voice chat, because that way you know what's going on. I'm always posting schedules, updates, anything that's important from the community.
Go ahead.
All right, you're fine. All right, so here we go. We're going to go into Pebble Burrow, where we were yesterday. And hopefully that's coming through good on the Twitch stream. Okay. So let's kind of do a quick review, right? Just a quick review. So to change floors, like if I'm loading in and I got a roof up here and everything else, and I'm going to hit the page down key on my keyboard, or if you like, you can go up over here and click on the page up, page down keys in the upper right hand dashboard. So page up, page down gets me floor by floor. Okay. So what we did, we were just yesterday kind of working on some freeform walls. If you guys missed that, you're going to want to watch yesterday's stream. So let's kind of go back in and I'm gonna play with the room tool now. So I'm gonna click the room tool and I'm gonna overlap this room just a bit. I'm gonna click, and then you'll notice I'm not holding down my left mouse button. Of course you can't see that, but I'm not. I just clicked and I'm bringing it out to the size I want, and I'm gonna click and it's gonna kerthunk and it's gonna put that there. So hitting my home key on my keyboard brings all my walls up. If I hit the end key on my keyboard, it does a partial takedown of the walls. If I hit the end key again on my keyboard, it brings down all of the walls so I can see what the hell is going on. And you guys will absolutely have to have that once we get into the actual build. Now, if you'll notice, I've got a second story. So if I wanted to put back in my construction days what we called a compound roof, just a roof, I'm going to go over here on the bottom left hand side of my dashboard and I'm going to click on roof so that we can choose and place a roof. So what we want to do in placing that roof, we got to click on it, and then you're going to notice here in my options the different types of roofs that I have. And these, these you just kind of want to play with them. You want to figure out, see, this is a hipped roof. So if I wanted to put that hipped roof here, now you'll notice once I place it, it gives me several resizing areas that I can resize. Just for giggles, I'm going to drag this out here. And I'm not going to mess with the elevation of the peak of the roof, at least not yet. But if I want that roof there, and then I want a standard gable roof. So I'm going to drop that here. Now, anybody watching in Twitch, if I'm going too fast, if you got a question or whatever, by all means, stop me. So check this. I can drag this guy out here, and like I say, this is a standard gable roof. But that looks a little weird, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
All right. Well, watch this. I'm going to click on this guy, and I'm going to grab my extender, and I'm going to drag that so that it goes deeper into that roof to match with the gable of that roof. Then I can lower it a bit, which makes it, huh?
I said okay.
Now, if I still don't like the way it looks, just simply because of my OCDs, I don't necessarily like that. So I can extend that roof up just a bit. Whoops. There we go. So, and see this gable roof, if you'll notice, it hangs out a little too much over here. I'm going to drag it up. One click. Ah, shit. I'm going to bring this in. Hello, wrong one. Really? Alright, I want that there. I want this one to come in here. So as you can see, you have to kind of get these shaped so that you like them. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, I don't like that for shit. But guess what? I can click on it and hit my delete key and delete it and start over. So this is a very important thing here, right? So I've made a lot of changes and we've been through a lot here. What would happen right now, and we all know it happens, but let's say I've been working on this for a couple hours. What would happen if my Sims game crashed? Sims, folks, does not auto save. It doesn't. So there's a real quick way to save where you're at. I can either come up here on my three dots and click that and come down here and save. Okay. But me, I like a shortcut. I'm going to hit the escape key on my keyboard and then I'm going to click save. So by hitting the escape key on my keyboard and clicking on save, it has now saved the changes where I am at the moment. And I assure you I've had enough going on my Sims game that I have crashed it. So let's think about this, right? We have an essential hole right here. Now that works just fine for that deck, but it doesn't quite work well for this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that on up here. And you'll notice how that extends that roof line further up on that deck so that it looks better. And then to readjust the symmetry, I've got one square off to the right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this one square to the left. I'm going to just kind of zoom in a little bit. Take a look. I wish they'd quit doing that shit. Up and down, up and down, up and down. So that looks a little better as far as symmetry goes. Now, back when I was younger, I used to remodel mobile homes. I've built houses, I've remodeled houses. So when I build, I tend to incorporate my prior knowledge of home building. For those of you that have had construction experience, your knowledge of construction experience does not always play on Sims, if you guys haven't already noticed that. However, some of the things you can do in Sims, well, you just can't do in real life. So I need to get a roof on that, and our hipped roof obviously did not work, though I kind of wish it would have. I thought that was kind of cool. So what about a half gable? Well, let's see what our half gable will look like here. So guess what? My half gable's facing the wrong direction, isn't it? So turning my mouse does not do anything, and I don't want to have to set that gable down and then click on it again to rotate it. So while I'm in drag mode, now listen close because we got a couple of keystrokes here for you. At the bottom of your keyboard, you have a period and a comma. Period rotates. Oh my God, excuse me. Period rotates clockwise, comma rotates counterclockwise. And that is with furniture, building, whatever. Floors, floor plans, ceilings. Um, period rotates one way, and just remember, period rotates one way and comma rotates the other. What I can do is I can place that. I'm going to shrink it in. Come around over here. And now I'm going to drop in a gable. Need to turn it. Some of you may think I'm crazy for doing this, but give me just a moment. Kind of humor me. Gotta kind of see this ahead of the game as you're going along. Come on. Thank you. So you'll notice I'm dragging this out. So this looks like here just a little gable offshoot, right? Now you'll see that.
I'd say the same thing.
Huh?
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Now I would do the same thing for a front entryway, right? Let's say.
And then she put on.
What?
Sorry. I keep forgetting I'm talking to Sarah on the phone, and I'm talking to you on
Twitch, or well,
Discord.
on Discord, yep.
And I keep putting the mic down talking to Sarah, so I'm sorry.
That's all right.
But I'm here. I'm here.
So now keep in mind, guys, we can come back and change this at any time, right? Like, I'm going to click my design tool because I really kind of want these to be a darker color. So I want to make sure they all match. And you'll notice I'm not moving around real quick. Number one, with my trimmers, I don't move around real quick anyway. And I know those are off. Maybe not. So something else you can do if you're working on something, and you'll see a lot of builders doing this. If you'll notice right here in your center toolbar, you can click on the button there and change it. You can change the positioning of the sun for evening, for night, so you can see what the lighting is like. You can click it for morning. Morning shadows are going to be a little different than afternoon. When I'm building the first initial build, I like to put mine on afternoon so that the sun more or less is straight up overhead and I don't have to contend with shadows. So, in case you haven't noticed, you do not have to follow square wall organization when you're building, period. You don't have to You know, you don't have to follow just a square frame house. And so, I mean, you know, let's think if I wanted to put a second floor over here, but I wanted that second floor to cover this part of the house and hang out over the other part. I'd set my wall. And in case you guys haven't noticed, I generally use the single set wall unless I know for a fact I'm going to be I'm going to be using a different form. So now what I want to do over here so that it looks correct, I want to try to stretch this out so that it matches this wall. Now what I'm doing here, if you hadn't figured it out yet, I'm making a little courtyard, right? So one of the things that would look cool would be a fence leading into the courtyard. So the easy way to do a fence is to pull a wall off of here and then pull up my fence maker. And I'm just going to I'm just going to grab something. Yeah, that one won't go there. Why? Why isn't really? You've got to be kidding me.
What did you do?
My build mode just went stupid.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, if you'll look at the if you'll look at the layout on my dashboard in the bottom right,
Yeah, that's stupid.
if it's overlapping with something.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Get
Nope.
out of it and restart it. Okay.
Nope. I know what that is. When you get that, then that means you have installed a mod that has pissed off the build. So what I'm going to do so that you guys can see the left-hand monitor. So I'm going to pull up,
That should work.
all right, I'm going to pull up my left-hand monitor and I'm going to go into my mods folder. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort by date. And I'm going to look for, yep, there it is right there. So the Better Build Buy mod apparently is still broke. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that I'm going to bring it over into my downloads under temp. And I'm going to create a folder. For 2721. Paste that into there. And the reason I thought about that better build by is because I've had issues with it before. I've had problems with that mod before. Alright, so let's go back over to our showtime. Let's bring our sims back up. Back into performance mode. So let's go back into Sims into build mode and see if my build mode is looking correct now. Okay, on in. And of course, we hurry up and wait. Let's go back over to Oasis Springs, back down to Pebble Burrow, into build mode. And I don't know why I didn't notice that earlier. I guess I wasn't paying any attention. Shame on me. Like I say, we hurry up and wait. Come on. Really? I have to say in Sims, this is the one thing that aggravates the hell out of me more than anything else, is these damn loading screens. Come on. What if we switch? Yeah, see, sometimes that'll shock it. It just fascinates the hell out of me. Sometimes that'll shock it back into existence. All right. So if I go back into my fences, guess what? There's my fences. So a word to the wise, man. Until Mixie or Mexi. Anyway, until he gets that better build by mod fixed. Oh man, when it was working, I absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. But something happened on one of the last updates, and the damn thing quit working, and I don't guess they've ever been able to fix it. So I wanted to put a little fence here. So to do that, I'm going to draw a bit of a wall there, and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to choose my fence. And you'll notice that wall turns into the fence that I selected. And now it just looks like a little privacy fence, which generally comes out real cool. Now if I page up and I come over here to my deck, right? Well, I want to find a cute little fence for my deck. Oh, that's kind of nice. So you'll notice when I come over here, it will select areas for me. Now, if you'll remember yesterday, I was talking about how we would have to go ahead and build this little square here, which seems like an absolute complete waste of room, but not really, because I can utilize that. And if you remember how how we were able to just take out a single panel, right? I can either click on the sledgehammer or I can hit my K on my keyboard, and I can be done with just that single panel. Now, why would I want to do that? Well, I'll show you. Now, what I'm going to do is this upper area is more or less going to be just an observation area, I'm thinking. So a lot of these walls will have full windows on them, so they can go all the way around, and then of course a sliding door. I'll probably put a sliding door here, come out on the deck. Now you'll notice I'm not doing a whole lot of trim work. Okay, I'm not putting doors in yet. I'm not putting trim up, because the only thing I'm interested in right now is getting the basic outline of my just the basic outline of what I want. And if I don't spend a lot of time on trim, then if I decide to change something, all I got to do is change it. So what I decided to do to make this look better, and to make it look realistic, a little more realistic. Hell. Well, that ain't gonna work worth the tinker's damn. All right, so I'm not gonna have a post there, because I like things to be in correct symmetry there. So if I have a gable roof here, it would stand to reason I would want a gable roof over here. When talking to you, Google. So let's look at something here, because I want to show you guys something with a roof, right? So my angle is the correct direction. My gable is facing towards the front of the house. I'm going to stretch this out. And I generally I like the front of the roof to overhang just a little bit, but that's not going to look right on this particular bill. We're going to take it back square. Now, if we wanted to really get artistic with this thing, and we just didn't want a standard square roof, there is a little something built into the roofs here. You're going to notice these two little balls right here. I can grab that ball and I can give that roof a downward oriental looking slant. If I do the same thing over here, I don't want this one quite as much, because I want to keep my little partial gable there. So it's not quite as much as the other one. In fact, if I, step back and take a real close look at it there, it really doesn't look bad. I mean, it looks kind of cool. And if I really wanted to get jiggy with it, I could turn it into a barn roof. I've had people ask me, well, how the hell do you make a barn roof? Just like that. Just like that. You grab the top of the roof, and I mean, memory serves, do the same thing with these as well. Let's say I wanted to put a hip roof here. Drag this out. Now, of course, I wouldn't use a hip roof there because number one, it'd look kind of stupid. You know, leaching the water down into the wall. But, if I wanted to put it there, I could drag this in so that that part of the roof would be hidden, excuse me. And then if I wanted to slope, I'm going to slope, yeah. I want to slope this down a little bit so that it better matches the outer architecture of the other roof. And the really cool thing about Sims, if you don't like something, you can damn well change it. Okay? So I've got my little courtyard here. And I know that I'm going to want a partial gable here because I'm going to make this the main entry to the house. So I'm going to go ahead and put a partial gable here. And again, I'm going to use my my period here to rotate it clockwise. See that? Or, well, now I'm going to go counterclockwise. Here we go. And I'm going to suck this down. I'm going to bring this way down where it's just almost absolutely flat. And then I'm going to come over here. Now my gable's facing the wrong direction on here, so I want to turn it. Drop it. I know. This kind of looks a little trippy. Just hang with me just a moment here. And it may not work. I mean, this may look like absolute royal horseshit. Why in the hell is that? That is not supposed to be showing in that part of the house.
Sims is having a fun day.
Sims is on hemorrhoids, let me tell you. Alright, so that little kamikaze isn't going to work. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to put a half gable over here. I'm going to make sure it turns right. And I'm going to come around over here. And what I want to do is I want to lower that gable so that it's level with that. Then when I bring my other gable up, it lines up with that. Now because of the way everything else is going, let's see if this is going to line in correctly. See if my go. And to be perfectly honest, that looks like shit. So, here's the whole point of being able to try different things in Sims. Roof lines, Roof lines are a real important thing in your build. And when you're doing courtyards, if the house around the courtyard does not look right, or something just seems a little off, then it throws the whole damn build off, doesn't it? So let's do a little sim magic here. We're going to get rid of that. We're going to get rid of that room. And after further investigation, I really don't think this is going to work out the way I was hoping it would. So let's just pull all of this around so that it looks more copacetic. Out. All right, so I'm going to hit my T so that I can go into overview. See, so that little water closet we made is not going to work there. So I'm going to hit my K because I want my hammer. Come out of overview. Come around here. That way I know I'm taking out the right shit. Okay, so that's kind of cool. That looks like a better courtyard area. Because I don't want a roof over my courtyard. Right? I just don't want a roof over my courtyard. So what do you think, Cindy? Are you paying any attention out there? What do you think? Do you think I should think I should try to put a roof over this, or do you think we should go up another story? What do you think? Or should I make this a flat roof with a dining area and picnic area, which I can do? So I mean, see, here's the thing that in streams and stuff like this, you know, ask opinions, ask for people's thoughts. So the biggest thing, again, in moving around, being able to utilize the tools that are available to you. Now, mods in building and such like that, the mods themselves are not actually really going to help you until you get ready to start placing furniture, different custom content, working with your sims. But the one thing that I didn't do was enable BB builds. And the reason, or move objects, BB move objects, the reason I didn't is I'm not necessarily doing anything that's going to be outside of the scope of what the game's capable of doing. So let's see, I've got this little setup over here, which I really quite like. But I believe that's got too much of an overhang. Yes, it does. All right. So that looks okay. So pretty much any roof area that I put over here is not going to look right. It's just not going to settle right. So what this tells me I need to do I'm going to go back into down view. I'm going to take this, I'm going to drag it on out. Drag this on out. And I'm going to remove this wall. Go ahead and grab my K. I'm going to get rid of that. Now I'm going to page up. And I'm going to go ahead and stretch this guy on out. So now that looks a little better. And in order for this to look correct, I need to go ahead and bring this guy on out. That way that beam will look like it comes up that wall, which looks nice. So in building in Sims and building anything in Sims, as you can tell, it really comes down to your building preference, what it is you're looking for, how you want it to look as you're going along. And when you're starting out with an absolute blank slate, okay, like for me, by now, I would have bulldozed this lot and started over because I just don't like the way this is coming out at all. How do I bulldoze the lot, you might say? Well, let me show you. Right up here in our center toolbar, our dashboard up here, we can click on bulldoze. And if I had any terrain features, I could bulldoze those. Or I can bulldoze the lot, meaning it's going to get rid of everything on the lot. Now guys, please understand, once you bulldoze a lot, you cannot undo a bulldoze. Got that? You cannot undo a bulldoze. So what I want to do for the sake of training, because let's see, tomorrow we're going to get a little bit into a more building of the house, if you will, you know. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to grab a room tool. I'm just going to draw me out a boring little square stroke rectangle shape here. And that's going to kind of be the floor plan for our house. And my house is going to have a basement, but now that I know what size the house is, I'm going to grab my basement tool and I'm going to go here to this corner. And I'm going to drag it out to that corner and bring it to this corner and click. You'll notice that appeared to do nothing, but at the same time, it really did build a basement under that house. How far down can I go with basements, you say? Well, let's see. If I remember correctly, I think you can go 4 stories underground, if memory serves. Let's find out. Let's keep going down till it won't let us go no more. Ooh, this is getting just downright deep, isn't it? Aha, there it is. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. You can go 4 stories below ground and 3 stories with a roof above ground. So if you want to build some kind of secret underground lair your for your mad scientist or whatever, that'd be the way to do it. And I installed a couple of custom content that I'm going to share with you guys tomorrow when we're working on like floors and you know what have you. But let's just go ahead, just for giggles, and let's put just a regular old regular gable roof on our house here. And of course, that's going to be entirely too freaking tall. We're going to shrink that guy way down, and I'm going to put a curve on it. And that looks boring as hell, but we'll play with it. We'll play with it more tomorrow. So, covering today, being able to move walls around, how to bulldoze a lot, change the time of day. I mean, you're going to want to see how your lot looks different during different times, different periods of the day.
I didn't know that. Thank you.
And welcome. And you know, we covered how to bulldoze a lot. Now, let me tell y'all a little bit of misnomer here. Up on the top dashboard where it says move lot and house, that does not always work as you would think it should. So if I click it and I say I'm going to move house, I click my house and then I get my move, I'm supposed to be able to move my house, right? It, for a change, also moved my basements, but if you had landscaping or anything out here, it wouldn't move it. It would not move it. If you had offshoot rooms, like rooms coming off the house in different areas, you know, say like I wanted to build a little foyer here. Hang on, let me count. Let me count my wall pieces here. There's 1, 2, 5, 8, 2. So a nice foyer be here. That'd make a nice little porch, I think. I'm going to use the rounded. I want the rounded deck. So again, I'm using my period to rotate my deck. There's one there. And I'm going to copy that. And of course, I'm going to have to overlap that just a bit so that I can get the circular pattern that I want. And now both of those come together as one. So I'm going to move this in a couple of squares. And there we go. So if I was to try to move my lot around now that I've got an offshoot, the possibility of it not moving that offshoot, just leaving it there, is very good that it would just leave it there. Really pisses me off, really bothers me, but there's crap all we can do about it. So guys, I think we're going to stop right here for today. And we're gonna take a bit of a break, and we're going to meet back here about 12:45. This will give us time to have lunch, meet back here about 12:45, and get lined out for the watch party for the live stream on Sims.
Nice.
So, always remember to save our game. So, from the opening chat to our intro, where we were kind of helping Cindy with her situation, and trying to get her mods fixed, which I'll continue to work with hers on hers later. Actually, all she's got to do is just drag 5 of the mods in at a time until it breaks again, and then start removing one folder at a time or one mod at a time until it fixes. And there may not only be one mod that broke it. There may be a couple of mods that broke it.
So far, I've done a few. It's working good.
Huh?
So far, I've done like 4 of them. I'm just selecting what I wanted to put in there, and they're working.
There you go. There you go. Oh, that'll work. So, I believe that tomorrow is Wednesday, the 28th. I do have an appointment tomorrow afternoon, so we'll be here standard spastic time on the standard spastic channel. Boy, is that cliche. So tomorrow, yeah, we're going to work on, actually putting some color on the walls. How to elevate the house so that you can put a skirt around your house so that it looks good. Also known as pier and beam to those of us that used to work in construction. I've had a lot of people say, how the hell do you put pier and beam in a Sims house? Oh, it's quite easy. You'll do a lot of Googling trying to figure it out, but once you see it, it's like, oh, well, duh. I accidentally stumbled onto it myself several years ago. But anyway, there you go. Wow. Well, shit, I think it's been a good morning. And you guys remember, if you're not going to come back here and join our watch party, make sure that you definitely watch that live stream. But we hope we'll see you right here, because we may pause it. We may answer some questions. We may, give people a chance to ask questions about it. I may want to pause the damn thing because I have something I want to say. So there you go. There's a surprise there, right? Me want to say something.
No comment.
Yeah, right. Well, guys, thanks again for watching the Spastic Simmer. And we will absolutely catch you next time right here. Be sure you join our Discord. Make sure you click on the little PayPal Me link there on Twitch and on Discord. Kind of help us out a little bit. We definitely appreciate it. Get some people to click follow, right? I mean, we got 14 followers. We need to get it on up so that we can make, what's that called?
Affiliated.
Affiliate, yeah. So we can be affiliated, folks. We want to be affiliated. I'm losing it. All right, guys. You have a great day. We'll catch you on the flip side. Bye-bye.